One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. All right. Oh, I'm live. Okay, cool. Okay, so today I've got a few Sega CDs to take a look at, all in various state of disrepair. This one is a Funai model, Funai, Mark 4102A. Now we can see that here on the back, right? Manufactured 1995. So, whoa, sorry, manufactured 1995. So quite a late model, this one. But definitely, this one has. We're gonna take a look at it. This one could be the worst. No power fuse replaced, likely water damaged. Okay, so this one is part of a lot. Sorry, I don't know if you can read that. No power, fuse replaced, likely water damaged. So I can see that on the rust and the underneath of the screws here. So we're going to just take these out, see what we can do. But does look these screws look like it might have been submerged. So um, I don't have high hopes for this one, but we'll take it out. We can put it under the scope, microscope, not the oscilloscope, to see what it looks like and see if it's recoverable. We'll plug it in, we'll see what it's doing. If it says fuse replaced and there's no power, the troubleshooting steps for these things is replace the fuse, replace the Q301 transistor, replace the Q302 resistor, and if none of that works, well, that's pretty much the end. So let me just move this over here. I'm sure we got all of them there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to say it's definitely the end, but it's certainly oof, oof. Look at that. There's pitting. You can really see it there, but there's pitting on the. Yeah, it's a funny looking little board here now. So there's pitting in a lot of places here. Um, I'm just gonna see what this looks like. So no power. Leaf switch there. Okay, let's take a look. Take off the this is like an RF shield or whatever. Well, first of all, before we do that, let's just get the screws and pick them up and put them over here. So the screws are definitely uh, rusty looking. They've seen better days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be 6. So I don't know where. Is there one of them still stuck in there? Oh, well, let's get the CD drive out. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at the CD drive in a second. We can put that under scope too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know that I thought I got 6 screws out of this, but now I don't see a 6th screw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure on this side. Oh no, there it is. All right, let's just get the we'll just get my little. All right, that's not gonna work. I was gonna say get my little pincers, but I don't know where they are. So much for that. Let's put that over there. Got my. Don't think so since the shielding isn't rusted. Hey, chat. Yeah, there's something going on. I mean, but look inside this thing. So the person I bought this from said that the label that they put on this says Um, replaced fuse, likely water damaged. So, 1 second. I might need to get the pins, I mean, little tweezers, get this screw out. We could definitely, these could definitely be do with getting put in a little tub of evapor rust. But it looks like if I was to really be picky about it, I'd say they look like they've been put in a shallow water. Hmm. This won't come out. Now, obviously, I don't need for this truly to come out. There you go. I just didn't want it to go flying around and be stuck in the on the ground somewhere. Um, it was stored in a very humid environment since the labels at the bottom of the fruit. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Yeah, but if it was stored in such a humid environment that those screws, which normally look like this, would go to this. Um, I'm just surprised. There is some unusual sort of like it's almost like a gunk of some sort that I've not seen on these units before. Um, that's also on the thing, but there's definitely a pitting here. I'll just say this is unusual. Like I've not seen a shield just, or in fact, a shield from any unit I've ever worked on that kind of looks like this. It's almost like it's been sprayed. It has been sprayed. That's why. Hmm. Now, so you are right that the labels on the bottom were. You are right that the labels on the bottom were not problematic, but this has been sprayed. 100%. So, and that makes sense as to why I've never seen a unit that looks like this before, because I've never seen anybody spray it. And there's the overrun. You see it there? See this here? That's just like poor spray technique. But all this here is all pitted and rusted, which you can kind of sort of see in the light there, right? And then somebody's got a spray can at it, the bottom as well. So that's why it looks funny. Okay, it's fine though. Not all that worried about that. I'm gonna put that over there, but it doesn't. Yeah, and look at this, huh? Yeah, and they actually sprayed this too. This was all bent. This whole thing is just a big mess. So we're going to take out the board here and we're going to take a look at it, and then we'll see if this thing is ever going to come back to life. Um, okay. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of doubtful. But we'll take a look and we'll see. Take a look and we'll see what we can do. Huh. So what is this? Is this a Funai? I haven't seen this motherboard. So it's 1995 model. Um, yeah, I haven't seen this motherboard. I don't have ones that look like this. Okay, so we just need to take this. Okay. Now, bear in mind, I didn't even attempt to boot this or try it or anything, but that's fine. Don't really. No, I might be missing a screw here, potentially. Okay, all these screws kind of look the same. Put a screw there too. And I felt like I lost a screw or screw. There should have been 4 screws for the motherboard. Guess I can watch this back and see where it went, but I just I didn't see that screw wherever it was supposed to go. Let me just see if let's see if I left it on the, no. Okay, so it's not there. All right, I'm just gonna leave this stuff over here. Top of the car. And then if that screw is probably on the ground somewhere, shows up. If it shows up, it shows up. All right, so let's let's take the Mega Drive and put it back here, and we'll put this thing under the scope. All right, I'm just going to put the Mega Drive here for a second, and then we'll just take a look at this one on the scope. All right. All right, so we're going to take a look at this just in general. I'm going to bring, is it up? It's up pretty high up actually. Now I look at it. So, sorry, let me just. So there is your battery. It's well corroded. Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm just going to inspect the board just in general. All right, just some gunk. Seems to have gotten a bit of a whack. All right, some other things here. Lots and lots of something there. Yeah, caps don't look to be leaking, but there's definitely moisture. I mean, it's definitely water damage. Yeah, water or moisture damage, as you said there, chat. Yeah, crystal. But that doesn't mean that they're it's busted, right? It just means that you know, little bit. Now, just let me look at the where's the piece of paper again? Sorry, maybe the piece of paper is under here. I was just trying to see what did the piece of paper say that came with this again. No power, fuse replaced, likely water damaged. Okay. Um, Now, interestingly, the fuse on these ones, I think, is a little different. I think it might be an SMD fuse. It's not a Pico one, but we can replace it with a Pico one. All right, and we can look underneath the board and we'll find out. All right, so we'll clean this with alcohol in a second, but there you can see some really bad pitting and corrosion there. So a little bit of deoxit will help this, and we'll spray it down a bit once we get into it. All right, nothing super obvious beyond the general pitting here. Now the leaf switch is probably, for the case lid, is probably in trouble as well, but that's okay. All right. Okay, just some factory markings. Yeah, I've definitely seen more corroded boards than this. Okay, even a little look here. Hmm. Let me see. Looks like you had said there's a fuse there, but I think those are ferrite beads, if that's what you're thinking. Those are actually ferrite beads. The fuse on this might be actually on the other side. So I'm just taking a quick look at it here on top. Don't see anything super scary. This Sanyo chip looks a little bit kind of sketcheroo, but on the legs and that, like see those there? Legs just look a little bit. There's definitely quite a bit of. I mean, this is going to be a risk. This could just be a parts board, but it depends. It honestly does depend. Yeah, that pin does look, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll deoxit this in a second. All right. All right. So, okay. Now let's flip it over. We'll see what's on the other side. Um, yeah, and I can see where they replaced the fuse. Okay, so here's the fuse, F301. All right. So they replaced that fuse, 2.5 amp. I mean, that's cool. I mean, they did it with a a suitable replacement. I wouldn't say they soldered it the best, um, but it's functional. Right now, the next thing that doesn't really matter that much though, the fuse. Like the fuse only, I mean, it only partially helps, right? Like what we really need to know is if Q301 and Q302 are blown, which they could be. So on this particular board, I don't know where those are, but it should be easy enough to see them from the top. So sorry, I'm just taking a quick look at this. C301. That's C301. I'm looking for. Doesn't say that might have been replaced actually. That's a quite large replacement. Okay, so here's the. Sorry. See those three legs? So there's Q302 or 301. Those three legs would be I mean, that is not R304. Um, that is it does look like those legs have been clipped. So it does look like maybe that diode has been soldered in too. Okay, so, or transistor, I should say. So we'll take a look and see, and we'll just try see can we trace the signal. See can we trace the signal SVCC. Oh, wait a second. Did they replace two of them? What's this? Okay. I'm just going to take a quick look at this one here too. It looks like they might have replaced the voltage regulator too. So this is the voltage regulator in here. It's a 7805. Also looks to have been replaced. But look at all that. Like that's pretty gnarly in there. So we've definitely got some problems here in this board. All right, let's see what we get, right? So what I'm going to do for now, let's see, do we get any power on the board, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to place it, which we should be able to do. All right, so here's what we can do. So while it's like this, we can sort of semi-test it, right? So well, actually, wait a second. Yeah, that's okay. I was going to say that this is going to be pretty sketcheroo. All right, now let's just put some sellotape underneath there. All right, so now I have some tape underneath the Genesis here to support it. Right, now we don't need a controller, so that's going to be my way right now. I'm going to take that out, put this over in my little pile. I've got a car behind me because I'm in my garage. And then we will go into the thing here. So keep the leaf switch. Leaf switch, I'm not too worried about. The leaf switch is what tells you the door is closed, but the light, the ready light for this guy should at least come on. So let's see what happens, right? Let's just see. Let's make sure there's no metal under this. There isn't. Could always put some paper if there was. All right, so now. Okay, getting a black screen there. Okay, so let's just turn this upside down. All right, let's get out our meter. We'll get our meter here. All right, so before we do anything, we'll just actually I'll leave the meter on the table so you can see what's going on. Let's check the fuse first. Okay, so this is the fuse that the guy replaced it with. Okay. Okay. What is this? This is Q302. What's this then? Is that Q301 over there? We'll test those. I mean, so we have the regulator here, the voltage regulator, which we can test some of the voltages here. We'll check 9 volt coming in off of this. We'll check everything. Okay. But before we do that, okay, so now it's switched on. I'm going to go to volts DC. All right, let's just check the volts here. Okay, so we're close to 9 volts coming in. All right, now let's check the voltage regulator. Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't think we have anything on that. Oh, wait. 3.5 on the voltage regulator. Okay, I think that's actually correct. Try that again. Yeah, so I'm just getting weird readings here, but it's just because connection. Maybe a little sketchy. Sorry. I don't know why that's doing that. Yeah, so there is. Don't always jumping around like that, but I think that might be okay. Let me turn on the cooling here. It's a bit warm. All right. So we have some voltage. There's nothing coming across this guy. Q302. All right, so let's just 2.5 on the transistor. Sorry, 2.8, 2.5. Now that 2.5 and 2.8, that I'd have to check the other board. I don't have a board that's exactly like this though. So 2.8. What about these two? 5, 2.5 and 2.8. Okay. Those voltages don't look terrible. If I remember, I was getting much. Now this is C302. Okay, so we have voltages across at least one transistor. Now the thing is that there's another transistor Q301. I need to find that. All right, so let me just kill power for a second. Because I need to find I need to find transistor Q301. Um, so I just need to look and see. It's Q302. Should be nearby. I'm just confused as to where that might be now. So that's F301, that's diffused, D301. So I'm just trying to see now. These ones will be. Need a more, I need better batteries for this thing. Oh my God. But this definitely does look water damaged, I'll give it that. Okay, and it does look like the voltage regulator and other chips have been, both the voltage regulator and Q302 have been replaced. But I just need to go, I might need to turn it around and have a look at Q301. So let me just move the Mega Drive over here. Um, Maybe I'm wrong. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just give this a spray down with some deoxit for a minute, because one of the main things here is that this whole board is just generally, I would say, hyper sketcheroo. Especially that little switch there. And definitely in here. And then let's go. Now, I said that's it there for a bit. I'm going to put it over here actually while it evaps, and let's just let it eat some of that oxidization. You know, I mean, I think this might just end up being a parts one, but you know, it is going to be a shame if we can't do something with it. Let's just see if there's any particular electrical connections that might be warped. So I'm just going to look here. So diode. I was looking at one here that's working too. So I'm over at the other side of the garage looking at a board that works. Um, because I think that might be the next port of call, is to just check the voltages on a working board. Um, but before we do that, let's okay. Before we do that, let's just get the brush. I have a little brush here, which I don't know where that brush ended up going, but it's around here somewhere. A little brush that I use for. There it is. Okay, so let's just go in and scope this a little bit and see what's what. I think, we're definitely in the we're definitely in the space of not knowing what's going on with some of this. I mean, obviously he's not going to fix all of that, but I think it is going to be helpful to just maybe identify areas of the board where there's more sort of rust than there should be. Um, like this guy here. I think we can safely assume that he's kind of looking a bit sketched. Um, I'm just going to come in and I'm just cleaning up the top of the ICs here that have a lot of the deoxit on them. We can just let the rest of the deoxit kind of just sit on the board. But there's definitely a lot of corrosion here. Okay, now okay. All right, I'm just going to flip the board over. Sorry, just looking here. You can see it. Now after I do this, I can clean it with some alcohol as well. But the back of the board, definitely a lot of gunk here. I can just give this a tap and just make sure that there's nothing crazy going on. Okay. All right, so trace wise, it's funny, I don't see anything crazy on the trace side of things, but we definitely have some pins here that kind of look sketch, but that does not mean that they're completely busted. We've got some inductors here. Again, they're kind of shifting and moving, but they're not damaged, broken, I don't think. Okay. Okay. And then down here, beside where the voltage regulator looks to have been replaced, it's kind of like sketchy looking diode or sorry, cap or fuse, which is kind of, I mean, this is almost certainly replaced. It's very hard to tell. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be honest, if I had I lent my thermal camera to someone and I don't have it, and if I did, I would just check for shorts. But I think what we might have to do instead is we might have to just use some alcohol and see maybe where the alcohol's evaporating, and use that technique and see if we can't figure out if there's a short on the board somewhere. Yeah. All right, so sorry, let me switch back over. All right, so we're still going to go with this. So at this point, we've deoxidated the board. I mean, let's just see if we plug back in the power to the Sega CD. Do we get an LED at all? All right, so let me just see here. Oh wait, did I? Huh, interesting. Is that not? Sorry, give me one sec. Oh, I'm not getting a I'm not getting anything on the output anymore. Definitely no LED there. Let's just check the let's check the voltages again. Whoop. Okay. And then the check the two here. 5.2, 2.4, 2.8. Yeah, okay. And then on the voltage regulator, 3.6. Interesting. So that would lead me to believe that something is kind of half working, but not clear exactly what. Okay, so let's get my brush. I have a brush over here somewhere. All right, so okay. Okay, let me just kill that. Okay, let me just kill the let me just get all this cleaned with alcohol, just so I know what I'm doing finally. It's gonna be very hard to see otherwise. Right, oh, I think I'm out of alcohol. Well, let me get some more. Let me switch this on while I'm doing it. Interesting. Is there something wrong with this now? Why isn't it powering up? Hmm. Yeah, now why is that? Just switch over to game. Huh. Okay. Let me just see if there's a short now or something in the Mega Drive. Sorry. It would seem that the Mega Drive has now decided not to output. No, I think what it is that it's the I think it's the USB connection for the broadcaster. Sorry, Chatbox Jewel, where's the game capture card? Yeah, sorry, I think it's the capture card itself is just giving me JIP. Yeah, this happened last night as well. So I just don't know why that. Let me just see if it's okay. All right, okay. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on now. All right, let's all right, let me see. Can I just activate and deactivate this this one? Jambox Jewel. Just go back to the overhead. So let's see if I can deactivate and reactivate that game capture card, and then see if that fixes it. Hope it does, because it was working, but that doesn't mean it'll stay working, right? So there's activate. It is also possible that I mean, the Genesis seems okay, so I don't know that I broke the Genesis. Yeah, at least I don't think I broke the Genesis. Give me a second here. I'm just going to go with test. I think when I, just give me a second. I think if I switch to test, which is my, so I don't know what's going on now. This may or may not work, but I think that, yeah, GoPro webcam. Oh, God knows what's going to happen now. Okay, so it's still trying to do the GoPro. Oh, I see it. And then at this point, it's decided. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so this little capture card has decided to just bite the dust. Okay, all right. 1 second here now. USB device not recognized. Okay, so I think what I need to do, and I think this would be probably just a good idea in general. I think I've got to get rid of this GoPro webcam. Potentially, I'm going to remove the GoPro. I'm going to remove from the scope as well. Let me see if it's in GoPro is there as well. Just remove it. And remove from the game one as well. Pro, no, there's no Pro. Okay. All right, I'll put it back to overhead. Sorry, folks. This can't be all that entertaining. I'm sorry. I'm just still trying to fix this Sega Mega Drive CD Model 2, but I'm just having an issue with the game capture card right now, and it just decided that it does not want to boot up, even though it is almost certainly connected. I think it's I got a new USB camera, and maybe it's taking up too much. Maybe it's taking up too much stuff on the bus or too much power on the bus, and now I'm having trouble with my capture card. That could be it. Come back, GoPro, all is forgiven. Okay, it would seem that that is not working. All right, let me just go to game capture card again. All right, let me just go with just EOS webcam and then switch it back. So I'm just going to switch it to something that I don't normally use, but I think that there just might be a little bit of an issue here with this whole thing. All right, now, yeah, so there's the EOS webcam. Oh dear. Okay, so the actual thing is gone now. Yeah, so yeah, let me just close that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to, I hate doing this, but I'm gonna have to restart the stream, folks. Sorry.